Did you have fun tonight? Are you kidding? I had so much fun. I can't remember the last time I went to the movies. Like, physically went to the movies. Yeah, I mean, it's so easy just to be like getting on demand stuff and, with Disney Plus and Amazon. Like, you just never want to go. Yeah, because, like, why go if you can just watch it? Exactly. No, but this totally reminded me how much fun it was to go to, like, in person in a theater, with popcorn and, like, concessions, just like the whole 9 yards. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Also, it's like a double feature. Like when you just get to watch a double feature like this. Yeah, like never. Like that's just not a thing that typically happens. No, it was. You were right. It was 100% an event. Well, I didn't have enough pink, but I think this shirt should be enough. It had pink on it. Yeah. No, I loved your pink outfit. You looked very, very cute. Yes, you were definitely the cutest Barbie in the theater. Well, because you're my Barbie. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I first you were right. I'm glad we saw it first. Yes, it was. I did not think I would enjoy it as much as I did because internally I just thought it would be like kind of a silly comedy initially. Like I didn't really see a lot of the like promotional material. Like I saw the initial Space Odyssey parody thing, and like that was kind of all the promotion I saw for it. I mean, yeah, which again, I loved that was in the movie. I thought that was one of the funniest fucking sequences. Oh my god, I love that they parodied Space Odyssey. I wish the match cut was like a little bit tighter from Barbie to Barbie, but like I could overlook that. Yes, it was really really funny. The movie on the whole was like surprisingly a lot funnier than I thought it would be. Like there was so many good film references. Like the speaking of which, I have never made you watch The Godfather. Yeah, I just want that for the record. I have never sat you down and explained to you The Godfather. I'm not going to either. It's a fine Coppola movie. It's not the best Coppola movie. It's okay. For my money, it's Apocalypse Now, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I guess I did that with you at Star Wars. To be fair, all right. Yeah, I really loved it. It was not what I expected it to be, in like the best ways possible. I love the tone of the movie. I think tonally it was really consistent in this like wacky and wonderful way. I love how they just didn't take the premise like too seriously. Like they took it seriously enough. It was a really like yeah, it was just a really different movie, and it was written really 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 well. It was a really strongly written movie. Like on the whole, I think it was really wonderfully crafted. Yeah, no, I really mean that. I mean, they had like what was great is it jumped between like absurdist comedy and then like really tender, touching, beautiful moments. Yeah, like that sequence where she's sitting on the bench in the real world for the first time and she is like taking in like she's like people watching and she's like seeing all these different shades of emotion and like interpersonal relationships and just seeing like life. And then she turns and has that conversation with the old lady, and oh my god, at one that it was shot just so beautifully. Oh my god, it was one that it like choked me up watching that sequence. Yeah, it was like really beautiful in a way that you just didn't really expect from the Barbie movie. At least the way I didn't really expect from the Barbie movie. I did not expect. I thought it was gonna be like in the same vein as like the uh yeah, like the Lego movie. I thought it was gonna be something along those lines. So I was like wonderfully surprised when it was. Yeah, it wasn't anything I expected. It had a lot of Lego movie structure to it, but I think what it the ways it really embraced like the source material. Also, I love that Mattel was the villain. It wasn't the main villain, but it was like a villainous component in the story. And I think that just I kind of love that the company that behind it was just like, yes, we're comfortable enough to be the bad guys in this, which I was like, that's like you've earned points there. Although now there's gonna be so many Barbie spin-off movies apparently. Oh yeah, there's like a Barbie 2 maybe in the works, and I know Ken movie might be greenlit already with Ryan Gosling. I mean, the movie did so well, so they're just. Oh yeah, yeah, they're talking about like a Polly Pocket and like a Bratz movie at some point too. So we'll see how all that shakes out. I mean, the movie did really well. I can see why it's doing so well. Like Oh my god, I 100% agree. I think it's fantastic. Well, what do you think about Oppenheimer though? I don't know. I don't know if I liked it more than Barbie. I mean that. I think I liked Barbie more than I liked Oppenheimer. Well, one, it's okay. So like, one, the movie was fantastically shot. It was beautifully written. It's Christopher Nolan being Christopher Nolan. So I don't really have a lot of complaints. Like structurally, it's really well written. I love his use of three stories in one. Him jumping between the narratives. The black and white sequences were amazing. The cameos every 15 minutes where you're just like a character turns to reveal himself and you're like, holy shit, is that guy's in this movie? Oh my god, I love that. The whole movie, it was like, oh my god, is that Gary Oldman? And we're like, oh my god, is that Josh Peck? Or like like it was great. The whole movie, it was just like a who's who of like famous actors. Yeah, it's like Nolan went through his Rolodex and was like, who can I cast to play this? Oh my god, it was great. I love those. Like that was one of my favorite parts of that, and the sound design. The sound design was great. Like the explosion noises were just like they felt like you felt them. Like when the atomic bomb went off, like it was like that was like oh. But funnily enough, that wasn't the big moment of the film. I think the whole third act with like Strauss and Einstein and all that, how that all played out was like beautiful. It was just so well constructed. Like from a movie making point of view, it was like a really well constructed movie. And I mean, beyond that, it was just also like it went by really quickly for like a 3 hours and like 20 minutes and change movie. It flew by. Like if you asked me which was longer between Barbie and Oppenheimer, I would say Barbie was longer, even though I think Barbie was like only 2 hours 9 or something. Yeah, Oppenheimer just like flew by. It was just so quick. But Nolan's really good at making time fly. Like insert interstellar joke here. Yeah, it is his specialty. He's really good at constructing stories that just like pull you along. Because every time there's like that's why he's so good with those three stories. Because if you, whenever he's like, oh, I think the audience is enough of the A plot, he jumps to the B plot, and then when they have enough of the B, he jumps back to the A or to the C, and like he juggles these three plots like beautifully throughout the whole movie, where you're referencing back to them and they're all converging to this point. Like the man loves fucking around with time, and you can see that in the way he makes his movies. You know. Oh yeah, 100%. Ah, but even with all that being said, I still think Barbie was stronger. Well, I think it comes down to like the catharsis moment, you know? So in most Nolan movies, like in if you go to like Inception or like Memento or Interstellar, like in most of those movies there's like this moment of catharsis, of release, of like all this tension in the film builds up into this emotional moment which then unloads all that tension. And funnily enough, Barbie had that. Like that last sequence with Ruth in like the white space and like their conversation, that was so cathartic and like beautiful. Like that was the break moment for me when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cry now. Oh my god, 100%. That moment just ugh. And then the music too. Like the music in Barbie was fantastic. Here, let me open the door for you. I got you. Want your feet? What was I saying? Oh yeah. No, yeah, the moment at the end of the movie, yeah, it definitely made me cry. Between the music, which like, oh my god, the music in Barbie was fantastic. Between the Billie Eilish and the Dua Lipa. Oh my god, it was so good. I love the cameos too. I love that. Yeah, there was like, yeah, Oppenheimer had a lot of good cameos, but yeah, Barbie had a lot of like surprising cameos. Where like, oh, that's really good. I didn't expect them to be in this movie. Oh, it's so hard. What, making me give like a? What would you give him for a score? Well, what would you give Oppenheimer first? All right. I think that's a fair score. I'd probably give it a 7. That's the problem. Is the thing is, it was a biopic. At the end of the day, it was like a biopic, and like biopics are good, but like if you know the history, it kind of takes a little bit of like the oomph out of it. That's why I think for me, Barbie was an 8. I think Barbie was an 8. Yeah, it was definitely because like one, it was a completely original story, which was like fantastic. The music was great, the acting was great. I love the tone of it. I don't think there's a lot of movies that are made with that tone. I kind of just love the tone. I love that it didn't take itself too seriously. Yeah. I was gonna ask you which one between the two is your favorite, but I think I know the answer already. Yeah, it's clearly a no-brainer. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I was hoping you wouldn't hate it. Yeah, see, I told you it wouldn't be as bad as you thought it was. Yeah. Was it a Barbie? No, it's no Barbie, but it's definitely a good movie. Yeah, but listen. I'll agree with you. I think Barbie was stronger. What would you give? I think seven's fair. I would give it a seven too. I think seven's a pretty fair score, but I think Barbie gets, for me at least, an eight. I can see how you could give it that score, but for me, I think it's an eight. I think it is a pretty good movie. I think it's probably, yeah, it's very strong. It's a very strong film. I would gladly see it again. I would, if you wanted to see it again, we could go and see it again. I would have no problem seeing it again. I think I actually might get more out of it. Like, I think for both the movies too, I'd get a lot out of a second viewing. Oh, for sure. Do you want to go back and watch another double feature? I would be more than happy to go do that with you. I had so much fun going to the movies with you. Of course I'd go do it again. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll see. If I don't have to work next weekend, we could totally go back and do it all over again if you really want to. I mean, there's some other stuff in theaters. I know there's like Haunted Mansion. Oh, poor Disney's Haunted Mansion. Oh my god, they put so much money into that movie and it is not doing well. Oh no, they were planning like sequels. They want to do a whole Pirates of the Caribbean thing. That's not going to pan out at all. No, I think it lost money so far. I mean, it's still early. We don't know, but I think it lost money. Oh no, Barbie and Oppenheimer, they made their money back, and then some. I think Barbie beat Oppenheimer, I think, at the box office. It doesn't surprise me. The theater was so much more packed for Barbie than it was for Oppenheimer, which I was like half expecting. I mean, I didn't expect it to be as packed as it was, but as soon as we started walking to the cinema and we saw all the people in pink, I was like, oh man, this Barbie showing is gonna be full. Yeah, it really was, but I think it added to the experience though too. There really is something about being in a full theater. Yeah, just like hearing all the people laugh and sigh and like react. There's something that, it's like good energy about it. Yeah, I definitely missed it. I definitely missed being in like. Yeah, we should definitely go back more often. It does make movies better. It really does. No, thank you. Are you kidding me? I'm glad I have a Barbie to go see Barbie with. I mean that. I'm very lucky to have you. Yeah. There's no one else I want to go to the movies with. No, there's no one else who can make it this fun. Yeah. Well, that's up to you. Yeah, you gotta find another double feature. Yeah, gotta find 2 juxtaposition movies for us to go watch next time. Alright, yeah, I'll task you with it. Oh my god, the studio's already rushing to figure that out again. They want to recreate Barbenheimer so badly. I know. I said it right for you. You win. Yeah, it's Barbenheimer. Okay, alright. Are you happy now? Only because I love you. Yeah, that's how you know I love you.